envelopes you have there, two or one?
Just two.
Two envelopes.
I got two.
You do have,
If there was the concern about.
How's it being at your house?
whatever's done.
I wasn't thinking about the police officer, that's true.
How's your garden doing?
And
Good.
that covers us.
Real good.
I
It's
feel-
a little slower than last year, but
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
didn't read it.
are you ready to go?
it's all set.
Okay, you recording now?
Yep,
I'm a grammar guy, so.
We're good to go?
Yeah.
We're recording?
We are recording.
it's 7:07.
Being 7:02, I'm gonna bring the Dunbarton Select Board meeting to order on July 24th, 2025. We have a full board of selectmen here tonight, and the town administrator's here. Bob Martell is videotaping for the public, and Linda Nickerson will upload that to the town website. Okay, gentlemen, we have some old business.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular minutes of July 10th, 2025 as amended.
I will second that.
Motion made and second, any discussion?
Well written as always, minimal changes were found.
Very good, yes. I agree.
Okay. That being said, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is your day done?
Okay, over to Mike first. Anybody wanna make a motion on the next non-public, 8:44?
I'll make a motion to approve the 8:44 non-public meeting minutes of July 10th, 2025 as amended.
Okay, and we're gonna, seal these after the meeting?
Yeah, should I make that as part of the
Yeah,
motion
why
to
don't we do
to
that?
seal that? Okay, I'll include sealing the minutes.
I'll second the motion.
Motion been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And lastly, I'll make a motion to approve the 9:26 non-public meeting minutes of July 10th, 2025 as amended, and these will also be sealed.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. That's out of the way. And you have your two envelopes right here. Did you get to them? There's a note for the record, our town clerk, Jennifer, is coming to the meeting. Okay. I'm gonna make a, see if there's any public comment to start the meeting.
I'm gonna reserve my time.
All right, sounds good, Bob. Jennifer, do you have anything under public comment? No? Okay. All right, public comment is closed, we're gonna go to town business. We have a revised
Let me just put them in the file.
department
Just need
receipt
to sign
policy
two
as
places.
proposed by the town treasurer. We need to make a motion to accept these and sign them. I'll make a motion to accept the town of Dunbarton departmental receipt policy. This was reviewed by the town administrator as well as the treasurer, and we got to view it on the previous meetings as well. Some small changes were made to make sure we were inclusive on different items on the meeting. Anybody want to second that
I'll
motion?
second that.
Mike seconds the motion, all in favor, or any discussion?
No discussion, we did spend time reviewing it, so I'm good with it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, here you go, Mike. The next one on the agenda is to review and adopt a policy for surplus disposition of town property. We had this, that leaves after you sign it. We had this policy again on the previous meetings. We pushed it down the road to make a few changes on it. Changes were made by my fellow select board members, and I think it's up to par with what we want now, what we've discussed at previous meetings.
And I look at it as a living document, that if it doesn't work, we can always amend it and change it as we go forward, but I think it's a good start.
Do you have any comment on it, or do you need any changes on it?
I don't need any further changes, we've already submitted our changes to this draft.
Again, I'd like to thank the board members for doing the research and looking at what the town administrator gave us from different towns and getting that wording correctly for our town to start with. So I'll make a motion, we accept this Dunbarton, town of Dunbarton, sale of town property surplus disposition policy.
And I'll second that.
Okay, motion been made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
you have the one
The
that's
date is
fine.
next to yours. task last week of calling the, Department of Environmental Services.
Excuse me, Dave, do you wanna wait? Jeff does wanna come in and be present when you're discussing this, so that if you have any
Okay.
questions.
I'll skip over
He's
that
gonna be
item
here
in
at
the motion.
7:15.
The next thing we need to do then,
You wanna do the bids?
See what they do.
item number 6.
6.
Okay, I'm a little out of order here. I went to item number 6 in my package. Lean, you set me up. All right, item number 4 is review bids received by the fire department. I'm gonna give these to these two gentlemen because I put a bid in. And this is for a boat, motor, and trailer at the fire department for surplus equipment. See how you guys come.
Could you pass it over to?
Do we read them both?
Somebody's got it.
Do we say who the bids come from?
No, not initially, I don't think, we just did dollar amounts.
Okay, so we have one bid here for $457.25. And we have another bid for $450 even.
Holy mackerels. Talk about
It's a
that.
tight race. Do you wanna look at, now you have to recuse yourself.
I am, so it's just you two.
Yeah, so Mike, do you wanna take a look at these? There is a little bit of information on them.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
I haven't even seen the product, to tell you the truth. Well, I went to see it.
What was the last time we had a?
200.
We're more than double our original. I don't think we need to take this any further.
I don't either, I would accept the
The higher bid,
higher bid.
I would too.
Can I just make a comment on that? If we were to send this to the auction, cause you declined this bid offer, they're gonna get 17% of the total purchase, so,
That would add like $90
Oh,
to.
so we would have to,
That was subtract.
for these at 450 and 457, we would
Yeah.
have to get somewhere in like
Something.
550 range or
to
so.
come, to reach this level
Yeah.
of bid, so.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth the effort to
No,
proceed down that road. Yeah,
I can.
thank you for that, Bill.
And I did do a little research on eBay too, and so the price, I think, I think the boat was not worth that much, the motor was worth a little bit, and the trail was worth, those are the high value items. I think.
Right, and there is a potential disposal of the boat, we don't know, because he did indicate it wasn't seaworthy,
Correct,
or lake-worthy, or swamp-worthy.
and so I'm happy with that,
Yeah, I am too.
okay.
I think it's good to release that from the town's,
Inventory.
property inventory, yeah.
Yes. And the thing is, I like to make the awarding of, is that 457, you see it as 457?
I saw that as 457.25.
Okay, then I'd like to, make the announcement that, Dave Knoll, of the select board, he's the winner of the bid at $457.25.
I guess making an uneven amount worked.
Did you second that?
I didn't see it, I
I'll
guess
second the award of the bid to Dave Knowles.
And we're all in favor, since
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, 2-0.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you gentlemen for taking care of that.
And just for the public's record, that's more than double what we deferred the bid, we refused the bid the first time around, because it was too low. We got more than double by holding off another 2 to 4 weeks. So we doubled our amount we got, so thank you
Yeah.
as well with it.
and as Mike said, there is value in the trailer and the motor. Probably no value in the boat itself if it's not seaworthy,
Yeah.
but who knows? So I think it's a good thing for the town.
Okay, I just got a note back from Jacques Belanger, just for a note for the fellow board members. He has not received the state driveway approval, which is kind of odd. He checked 2 weeks ago and it wasn't there. So he's gonna check tomorrow.
Oh,
And that's for the Lane property, which used to be called the Ryder
Mike, can you
property.
send that down here?
The
Okay.
what
The
property?
Ryder
The
property.
Ryder property, okay.
Thanks for clarifying that,
Yeah,
we did find that and thought it was an error, but
yeah, all the old timers know it as the Ryder lot, which,
that's actually
Well,
helpful for the town to even know that,
Yeah.
in case somebody hears that term used.
yeah. So it's now, the Lane property, and, I did find some descriptions, and Lane did as well on the deed, so we're getting those corrected as well. All right, Lean, I don't show number 5, the job description for the planning and zoning, are we going over that,
It's, I
another
made-
night?
No, it's actually in your packet, I didn't put it in yours.
I
see
have it in
5
mine.
and
Agenda
6.
number 5,
Public
marked
comment,
agenda number 5.
Purpose of policy, agenda number 2. There we go.
I try to make
You're
these.
just fooling around with me, aren't you?
No, you did some shuffling in the office, I think.
Alright. This is a good description, cause we haven't had this person working for the town too awful long, so we went through the job description, pretty thoroughly earlier on. We are gonna have a, public meeting with the chair of the zoning board and the chair of the planning board, I believe, to, check and make sure they don't wanna add anything to this. And at the same time, we wanted to make sure that, in this thing, that they could be assigned other duties by the town administrator. We used to have some overlap between departments, and I believe there's some time that's allowed in this office for some additional items, and I'd like the town administrator, as I think the board would, to add those items.
Absolutely, I thought that gives the town administrator more leeway in assigning duties, and there's no pushback, because, she is, this person will work for the town administrator. And, by clearly delineating that duties are assigned by the town administrator, I think is important in the job description.
Can I ask, did the administrative assistant in the planning department, did they help to build this job description?
Yes,
Or
Donna and I worked on this in 2023,
you did?
yeah.
Is it worth, maybe things have developed, in the past 2 years that might add further clarity or additional items in the duties that we would want her to add?
My goal is I would like to try to
Donna just
incorporate,
reviewed it, didn't she?
yeah, she did, she,
Oh, so
but-
she has had a recent
Yeah.
review of
Yes,
this, okay.
she did. But, things that are listed here that don't really outline the, assessing software that she uses on a regular basis, and the functions in that department, they're really vague in here, it's more focused on zoning and planning,
But I
that-
think under your authority here, you could train the right person for that without adding a bunch of assessing things
And that's
here.
when I went to, before it used to be local government center, they said having it not as detailed is better for the town, because if someone reads the job description and says it doesn't say it in my job description,
Right.
then you can get pushback from that individual. Whereas if you keep it in a gray area, that in this case here, Mike said, please add anything that, and any other duties as assigned by the town administrator, that kinda opens up the door to give that individual additional duties to keep them busy and
Well, for
cross-training.
example, there was the hazardous, doing this stuff with the, for
CIP,
Primex, when they did the, training,
Oh, it was the,
and she did it for
that was wellness coordinator, yeah,
and the thing is, she did it for 1 year,
yeah,
and did a great job that year.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
thing is, you could assign that if you deem it necessary,
correct,
the new person to do that again.
yeah, yeah,
But you have the latitude to do that, so you
Right.
as, whoever's in your position has the latitude to adjudicate what they need and not do.
Yeah.
Do and not do.
the more of us that are cross-trained, the better.
So I just have 3 things that just came up. One, I think I sent to you, I went to the first meeting of my first meeting of the Joint Loss Committee, and,
Don't
Mar-
remember that, right.
Mary was
The chair,
leading that, okay?
correct, and
So
she's,
this is just saying
It
that,
did used to be Donna though, right?
no. I
When
think
I
we've
went
gone
to
through, most of the time it's a fire chief, police chief, road agent,
Yeah, when I used to go to them, I thought Donna ran the meeting, so.
Oh, no,
No.
it's usually,
she
I've
wrote
seen
the
John
minutes
Wigan
and did the
and
agenda.
police chief in the past.
Okay,
She was the
so this
secretary.
person here is just the secretary to that
Correct.
committee to
Yeah.
take, okay.
Yeah.
But they could be chair, I guess,
I
if
didn't
somebody,
even know that when I was
Do they
at that
vote on
committee.
chair?
Yes, they vote
We
on
do,
chairs.
yes.
It's a rotating chair, there's no
Okay.
specific chair, no specific assignment as chair.
so I think Donna was chair when I was on, but it was quite a while back.
I think what we usually do, the person who's late to the meeting gets nominated quickly as chair.
Okay,
Yeah, you're right,
okay.
or they're absent, is that okay?
Yeah.
That's-
Right.
And two other points, are we convinced at this time that this is a full-time position and not a part-time?
I think, comments that were made by Dave, through Dave, from Donna,
Yeah.
that if it was exclusively just building and zoning, it would not be full-time. That's why I think it's gotta be augmented by the workload that the town administrators.
Okay, so we're looking to augment the position description so that it fits a full-time job.
Correct.
Okay,
By adding-
not the other way around,
Correct.
make it a part-time job and,
Right, by adding the CIP and a bunch of other things, it keeps them
okay,
busy throughout the whole workday. The other thing, I think it's very important, coming in, the public, coming into a planning building, and with the building inspector being part-time, at least somebody's there to answer the questions always for the people coming in.
yeah,
And they can relay it to the building inspector, so it makes his job quite a bit easier, and we keep that more part-time, where we have this full-time person here that can augment the other end, and I just think it keeps a good flow being open for the building inspector. I think if we limited these hours, we would get feedback like
Yeah,
we are
sure.
with the clerk, yes, so.
okay, and then the third one is what is it, the chair of the planning and the zoning boards wanna come in to talk about this?
They generally
Do
talk
they have
about it, and
input to the description?
they do, and then they also sit in, and they come to us with a recommendation of a person to hire, so they sit in with one select board.
Okay,
Donna's gonna sit in
The hiring committee,
on the hiring committee.
yeah,
So
Okay.
they'll most likely the chair from the planning, chair from the zoning, one select person, and Donna,
okay,
and me,
and the town administrator.
yeah, I don't know that Donna needs to be involved, but,
Yeah, because it really, Donna's not working with this person at all, I think,
Well, no, Donna is training the person, and she can probably pull what they're able to do better than any of us now, 'cause she has her finger on it every day. As far as plans and subdivisions and all that.
I've always liked having the
clean cut.
incumbent or outgoing person have some assessment as to whether a new person is,
would
you
it be
know.
a good fit?
would be a
Especially
good
when they're
fit
gonna
in
train
term-
them.
Yeah, I mean,
Is-
I think there's some value there,
Okay,
But I don't wanna make the committee so large that they can't meet, you know.
I mean, that's true too.
And the thing is, I think a committee of 3, 4 maximum, folks.
Okay.
The thing is, I think only one from the planning, one from the zoning, I don't care which, but I don't
And
think.
you're part of that committee?
mhm,
Yeah, because they would
Work
report
dir-
to you,
that's right,
obviously.
Yep.
Okay,
Now, in the past, correct me if I'm wrong, that office reported directly to the selectmen.
no,
No.
never,
it didn't,
always to me,
Well, I thought they reported to us.
and when do the planning chair and zoning chair wanna meet with us?
Next meeting.
next, yeah,
Okay.
7th.
I'm here,
It's the inspector that would report to you guys.
I'm here for that
What
one,
do you want?
yes,
Oh, okay.
I'm just not the end of August.
I just thought if you're out of town, we could do a Zoom as well.
Okay, yeah,
But the thing is, I look at them as bringing some substance as far as if there's any specific skill set that they would require.
I totally agree,
And,
yeah.
because those are the two main entities she works quite a bit with.
That's what she's working with, right?
Exactly.
She's supporting those
Right.
boards.
And John works with planning all the time down in the town of Londonderry, so he's pretty sharp with it all.
Oh, okay,
He's their town engineer, and he's at all the planning meetings for all the infrastructure and everything for the town of Londonderry.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of infrastructure down there, so he's very sharp with hiring somebody with that.
So I'd say we defer the exact naming of the committee, with the exception, we know Lean's gonna be on there, and one selectman, it doesn't matter to me who, but is I think next week, and the next meeting, we can adjudicate who would be on that selection committee. But I don't think it should be like 7 people. I think 3 would be.
Well, we only named, what did we name? We did planning, we did the zoning,
Yeah,
we did Donna, we did the town administrator, one so we did 5.
it's 5, yeah,
Whether it's 4 or 5, I don't think it much matters.
I think it was 5 last time,
Was it 5?
No,
Which selectman wants to do it? Would you like to try one, Dana?
I don't mind,
But
yeah.
the thing is, I'll be an alternate if you're not available.
Okay,
Okay, why don't we
Okay.
do that then?
That way, if you're on the road, the thing is, I don't wanna wait till December to hire someone, I think
I
we
mean,
should.
I'm on planning now anyway, so
Right,
Perfect.
it probably makes some sense.
yeah.
So we'll do that, and if you're out of town, Mike will fill in.
Well, we're gonna start the advertising process, but more than likely, we won't get a, response right off. And then I'll have to do some background checks and research, and then put together maybe a full day's worth of interviews.
Yeah.
If
What's her planned retirement date?
December 31st,
Okay,
or sooner.
Or
it's
sooner if we have
qualified.
someone.
oh, okay,
And we kinda went through some of the process, because she was gonna retire a year before this, and then she extended it, so.
It was just April she was gonna retire
April.
oh, okay.
this year.
Um, So we're gonna wait till the next meeting before we start advertising, or can we start advertising now?
Well, I think we should wait until I hear from the.
Get the input.
I think just even knowing whether those two
I'm happy with that.
chairs
description.
have, any input on the job
And
description.
Sure
like
enough.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
matter of
just
fact, they could, if they wanted to, in between, we could authorize the start of the posting upon any review, if it,
I think just wait. We
just
have
wait,
time.
okay.
What I'll do is I'll send them that job description.
yeah, ahead of time so they can review it, come into the meeting and have.
The
it reviewed.
biggest thing is, if they don't wanna add to that job description, I'm not sure why they would wanna meet with us, I would think.
Well, that's kinda where I was
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah.
going, right? Cause we're good with this as it is,
I
if
think
there was
so.
no ads,
Donna-
if they
Donna
didn't have any
reviewed it.
additions, I should say,
Right.
not ads,
Right,
then,
you wanna send it out to those two chairmen and see if, ask for input,
Yep, okay.
or before they come into the meeting, they'll have it under they have the experience
yeah,
to see.
it might not be.
Unless they want the person to answer to them for some reason other than the town administrator, but I don't think that's ever been an issue that I've heard of.
No.
But I do like that for the public, that it is open full-time, even though,
I agree.
and I think,
I like, there's obviously a lot of work that goes on in this office, so,
yeah, and with the other end of the office, giving us some more guidance or whatever they need to do.
yeah.
Can I just say that when I started here in 2003, I was part-time there, and then within a year after I started, that position was made full-time for another individual, and the population back then was about 1900, and now we're at 3100, so we've increased in population a lot, and there's a lot of things that involved with each other since.
Yeah, but to challenge you there, the zoning has had a quiet year, and planning board has had a quiet year relatively.
We're running out of good land.
Yes, and that's what's driving, I think. But the thing is, I think,
Economy slows.
that's why it's important to keep this person,
But zoning
Engaged.
and planning is not the only job, because when you have a building, a new house construction, there's a lot of steps that have to be handled in order to keep the inspector on top of
Tax.
things, to make sure that they're building code to code, and,
No
And she does a
disagreement.
great job of that, and I know that all the builders I've spoke to love that part about it.
Yeah.
So there's somebody to talk to, so.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on and not kill it, cause we've got
okay,
other stuff on the agenda. If I can find my agenda, here we go. Okay. 911 address update from Mansion Road, I saw that right here. There's a new house going in on Mansion Road, and it looks like it's, currently number 147, and they're gonna make it 147 A and B Mansion Road.
49.
49.
Oh,
Yeah.
149.
Yeah,
Is it wrong on there?
yeah.
Or,
Oh, so they're not even leaving one person with 147.
They are, the new lot that was created on this is actually for measured distance by the fire department for E911.
Yeah,
Should be, the new house should be 147. So where they're changing the 147 AB to 149 AB.
well, that doesn't make any sense.
It's a shared driveway, and the house to the left is going to be the 147. Otherwise, the numbers will be reversed. It'll
What
be,
he explained to me, this does not say correctly. So what he explained to me, Brandon, the fire chief, on the 911, because of the way they count from one side of the road to the other, the new house would stay at the 147,
correct,
and the old house that's existing would be 149.
that's correct, that's what.
Why is there an A and B on them at all?
They have an in-law apartment. And you have have to assign an A and a B.
There's no in-law on the 147, the new home.
No, that's a
correct.
single
There
family,
is on the.
his
on the
daughter's
old one.
building in that one, the new 127 structure.
Oh, okay,
But the parents, or the people, the one that subdivided. has-
okay, cause they had the A and B already on there,
On the
so they
old,
listed that one, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect.
we've done that once, in my time, and that was for Bill Morse down the street. And he.
This is the
his-
first 911 address I've ever signed, I think.
No, I think
You
I've
didn't-
had one.
I thought you
I've had
did
one.
Bill Morris, you weren't here for Bill Morris' subdivision?
Well, I know there's been there's a 911 address on every new house, but I've never signed one before.
Well, this is because there's an existing house that the number has to be changed.
Oh,
And if the
maybe
person,
this is the first one of those I had then.
if the person disagrees
Should
with
we
the
let
board,
Amazon know?
Yeah, but
then they have to have a public hearing. And it's just to hear the individuals.
I think they might have already heard about it,
Amazon?
those people. Alright, thanks, Lean, that must be why I haven't, because there's an existing one, I never heard of it before. Okay, sign ordinance continued from Board of Selectmen meeting held May 25th, 2025. We have a legal response, because that sign ordinance in 1966 went in front of the, executive, what do you call it?
Legislative body.
Legislative body.
The voters.
The voters of the town, and so that any changes that we wanna make on it, we should make as they do any planning or zoning change at the town meeting. So we'll review this at a later date, we'll make our changes, and we'll submit it as one of the warrant articles for changes.
But you have to go through the process of planning.
Yep.
It's not a selectmen's, you can advise them and give them a description, but they're the ones that have to have the public hearing,
The genesis of it.
yes.
Yeah. There is one, exception to that, which was mentioned that if there was any signage changes or ordinance that we wanted to make that affected, roads, visibility, traffic,
Right of ways,
um,
right of way.
or right of ways, I guess, but anything in the public road network, we are allowed to decide that or
Yeah.
issue something here.
And that is under RSA 4111,
Is
Okay.
that required this
which
time,
is
or
attached to your packet.
is that required this time?
I don't think we're looking for anything in that area. I did ask for, you see my further question today, whether, they had advised at the, NHMA, conference that I went to in Jaffrey, they had advised that all towns should have a statement indicating that town property is not, you're not allowed to post any signs on town property that aren't approved by the
Board of Selectmen.
Board of Selectmen. And I don't, do we have that
We
stated
do have
in the
that.
temporary sign ordinance?
In 2006, it's in there,
It is, oh,
and
it
it's
is,
in your packet.
oh, okay,
Could
You
that
asked
be,
that same question at the last.
that should be incorporated into the new policy, just as a.
it should be, yes.
Should be incorporated.
Oh, if it wasn't there, I wanted to,
Right,
alright,
Yeah,
I
it's in your
misread that
packet.
then, okay,
I think we're on agreement there.
yeah. So we're covered anyway on that then, if that's already there.
Yeah,
And I'm willing to also work with the planning board and coming up with, some recommendations on this sign.
I would just get it done earlier rather than wait till the last hour.
I totally agree, like,
Before the end of the year.
Time-
time's gonna go quickly,
Right, because come January 1st, it goes crazy.
yeah.
well, they also have to follow the RSA under this,
As you know, when you go into these meetings,
675(3),
it continues.
where they have to
Anyway,
have the
so.
first public hearing, a workshop, public hearing, a second public hearing, and they all have to do it in so many days apart, so it is time sensitive that it gets started.
Could you get Donna to start that process?
I think she's asking if you're gonna want to change and either merge these two, it should come from the board first with some sense of approval, and then it can go to the planning board from your
Okay.
recommendation.
I just soon let them beat it up.
Yeah, see, I would rather just work with them on this, cause
Okay.
there are things that we might have expertise in or opinions on, but
Okay.
there's other things that might be.
Because in the zoning, there's, the home occupation has a sign reference to it, which needs to be updated.
Yeah, right.
What I'd like if they give us that draft back to read, before, you know,
Was fine.
at one of the public hearings, then we could, just say
Say
yes
yea
or
or nay.
no.
Yeah, and I think I was volunteering to be the selectman's rep on the sign ordinance, updates.
Perfect.
But it's gonna fall under the planning board anyways.
It is, and I'm actually the rep on that anyway, so why not?
Keep
Very
sliding
big.
it downhill, perfect.
But again, the key thing is watch the time, we're gonna run out of time if we.
We're
I
gonna run
agree.
out of time tonight. Alright, going back to Jeff's, number 3 on the agenda, review response from DS regarding fuel pump inspection. So, I spoke with DES this week, actually, last week, on the phone, and, I spoke to the boss, the guy that came out and did the inspection, and, after a little bit of phone tag, he called me back, and he basically said there's no grandfather into what they adopted in 2018 as the regulation around those pumps, and he said it would be required of our town. He didn't act like there was any type of specific time frame or agenda, he just said it is something they would like to see done. And, I told him that we had nothing in writing from his department, in fact, the inspection we had spoke nothing of it. And he was surprised that somebody from his department was saying that it would be a grandfathered issue. And,
So the guy doesn't work there anymore?
so, I didn't ask him that, but he didn't pick his phone up, so I went to his boss,
Yeah.
as he was on the paper, and, so anyway, I left him a message, he called back and said that it would be required. I then asked him, could you put something in writing to our town administrator? He had the email, for Lean, and I said reference the road agent on it as well.
Yeah, Lean gave me a copy of it.
And so, that kinda put an end to the grandfathering, and we kinda have to do it. I asked Lean to put in here your proposal on that bid process. From Golden Eagle Contracting.
Right. I'd like to speak to that a little bit. The thing is, I talked to road agents some, for additional information on this. And what I found is, this is outside the bid process, but the thing is, this is the same company who basically put us a very, the same system in. In other words, this is the same company we're dealing with. And I think they're more familiar with it than anyone else. If there's problems, it's the same company, they're gonna be able to repair it, whatever, anything they do. So I'm looking forward to dealing with the same company, and we have set precedents before. And when a company does well, we stick with the same company, especially when it's the same item they put in earlier. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. And so this, again, the original company, we budgeted, almost double the amount, 3 years ago when the proposal was first made that we had problems. They came back and did a little relook. Jeff's gonna do some of the skirting of the asphalt, and I think the price is reasonable.
Before I read this, Dana, any thoughts to that?
And, Jeff, you've reviewed that and you've actually worked with them in terms of things that you could do to reduce the costs of the work that they would do, right?
They're gonna take it, they're gonna cut the asphalt to the size they need it, cause it has to be cut, remove whatever they have to remove, prep it to accept the slab, form the slab, put the steel in, pour the concrete, finish the concrete. So they're gonna do everything to it, the only thing that we're gonna have to, the town is gonna be responsible for is bringing our paver in to pave back up to it.
Okay, and
Which
also
is-
there was some removal of old asphalt or
Yeah,
something.
but we can just dump that in a pile and we'll
Okay.
take it down.
Yep.
It's a minimal amount.
Yep.
And there's also another component to that, there's an electrical shut-off,
Yeah,
there's an emergency stop.
yeah,
Basically, they interrupt the electrical system, there's a button that's on the outside of the wall.
yeah,
So if there's an incident down there, it's labeled correctly and easy to get, somebody can go up, punch the button, knock it off.
It's like a
Cuts
gasoline
the electricity
Sure.
into the system. And that's another requirement that's on there.
and how many feet away from the pump itself was this shut off gonna be? Cause I think I saw it can be anywhere from 20 to 100 feet
yeah,
away or something.
this is probably 25,
25 feet.
yeah, it's
I'm
a,
gonna say 30 feet tops probably.
yeah, I was gonna say it's halfway down the building, on the front of the building where it's very visible.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll keep
Okay.
it as close as possible. And basically, they just interrupt the electrical system with this push button switch.
oh, yeah,
But it's a specialty item, so I'm sure it's, you know, you don't go down to the hardware store and buy one for $25.
yeah,
You know how that stuff goes.
yeah, yeah,
And he, you know, whatever it takes to wire it up and all that.
yeah, okay.
So I had originally asked him to break that down out of it, just so we had a separation, but he didn't do it, and I guess he forgot about it or whatever. So,
I have no further questions.
yeah, I mean, that's the extent of it, he's gonna do everything soup to nuts,
Yep.
of course.
And the
Okay,
paperwork involved too.
Yeah, yeah,
Does that include the electrical in there?
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it does say that,
I'll,
Yeah.
And it actually says it includes the hose, there was
Replacing
something
hose.
to do with the hose that was
yes, there's a,
out of compliance.
yeah, there's two things going on here. The inspector noted a hose was cracked, and that needed to be changed. The other part of this is, this pad has to be constructed in such a way so the hose that goes in the vehicle, you can't get off the pad, and we have fairly lengthy ones now. So we're gonna shorten them up so we can keep everything a little more compact to save a
Okay.
little money. The vehicles will still be able to reach it and everything. So that was part of it, he was gonna swap them down to that shorter hose.
Okay,
So that pad that he spelled out, the dimensions work for the requirements.
yeah.
okay, I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Golden Eagle Contracting LLC after further discussion today.
I'll second that, if you're done your motion,
I was gonna just give a quick description for the public.
okay.
To include the cutting of the asphalt to accommodate new fueling pad, supply and install emergency stop on the building with signage, pour the new fueling concrete pad 26 by 16, 6 inches thick, with positive limited barrier as required by New Hampshire DES, with a 1 foot by 1 foot grid of rebar. Install all new hanging hardware on both dispenser hose, will be 5 foot to 6 foot long to permit a smaller fueling pad. The total of this bid would be $26,600. And Jeff is to take care of the, removal of the asphalt after they dig it out.
Yeah.
That's,
And bring up the asphalt apron to the.
Yes, patch it back in. We'll have our vendor come and do the asphalt.
So motion's been made, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and second, all in favor?
No, I have to just ask one more question.
Oh, okay.
Those little concrete, pylons, are they gonna be replaced too? The ones that, like, they're safety
Bollards,
ones?
they call them, right?
Bollards.
There are none in front of the pumps and they weren't required.
Okay, so we don't, you think they're required from your standpoint, because you had a busted one, I
That was in front of the building,
thought.
By the
Okay,
garage doors.
in front of the garage doors, and those weren't a requirement, they were just installed quite often in a commercial type setting. We
okay,
put those in so people don't back into the doors.
okay.
And ours had rusted out, and it was a point of interest during our joint loss meetings. They've since been repaired.
Okay, so that's nothing to do
It's
with
totally
this.
separate to this, and
Okay.
there was no requirements of the pumps or anything like that.
Very good, because you see them all the time in a commercial gas station.
Yeah, I don't know where that threshold is, but they weren't
Required.
required, so
Okay. I have no other issues,
we
thank you.
didn't talk about it. you know.
Sometimes less is more.
Well,
No, I think it sounds like they did a very thorough job as nitpicking what we needed to get done.
yeah, the minimum, that's what I told, them, keep everything at the minimum.
I signed the contract and,
All for rotate.
There's
all
just
in
one.
favor, aye,
Aye.
Aye,
just one signature.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, thanks
Thank
for
you.
letting me to.
We'll
Thanks
get
for staying
that-
on top of it, Jeff.
Yeah, we'll get that going and
good job.
I have one question for you, Jeff.
sure.
That, deficiency
That
report
goes
says
with
that you
it
have
as
to
well.
respond within 30 days.
Mhm.
Are we in
I
charge
guess
of
you
that?
don't need to put them all together.
Um,
Do you wanna initial this, Mike?
he'll
Yeah.
put I already contacted him about the hose, and he was gonna put the correct length hose on. the 6-foot hose.
Okay,
So
It said, I read it in here.
Yeah, but
no,
the one is deficient right now.
Oh.
From that report, there was a stipulation that we had 30 days to rectify the problem.
yeah,
So even if the pad is not done, he's gonna take care of that hose,
perfect,
to make us compliant with that.
perfect, okay, good,
And what I will do is, I will give him a call and try to pin him down to some sort of time frame. And I was thinking, we'll have that in case the state wants to know anything, but I don't think we should send him a letter, we'll wait and see how it plays out.
okay,
But you'll have the.
But we'll have a date,
Yeah,
yeah.
excellent.
cause I told him this year, we'd like to get it done this season.
So what I'm finding with these inspections, just like with the elevator, the person that does the repair has to sign off on it, that it's been done.
Yeah, it
So
may,
there's
he
a
may have
place
to.
for him to sign off, just like the Department of Labor that signed off on the elevator, came back and tested it. And I- and
There
I
may
met-
be, he will contact him with it
Yeah,
for anything
okay,
that needs to be done.
okay.
Great.
Okay,
Alright, sounds good,
thank you for coming in.
no problem. I guess I was a little bit late, but.
For the public, the road agent came into the meeting late at seven.
I had to finish din.
All right, moving on to mailbox items. We have a thank you, from a resident, Ann Morrow, for Greg who assisted her with a flat tire at the transfer station. Sincere thank you. Again, we're gonna put this in Greg's file like we did last time. Item number 7.
It's a little, we're on to the ABC now, Dave. Item number 7, Dana's gonna take care of.
Look, now who I am.
Dana,
Yeah, I was reading from that, Mike, it's just like, I had a number 7 in there again. Okay. She was very thankful, he helped her out, went above and beyond, ran back and forth from doing his regular job. As any of you met Greg down there, he's pretty speedy running back and forth to do different things, but he helped her fix a flat, and get her back home safely, while still performing his job, so that was nice to see. Okay. The next thing on the, mailbox, Mary Gerard as well found a small amount of grout on the floor in the library, see pictures.
is that what that would be, if you look at the pictures, I think it's the,
She said grout, but it's actually paint.
is it paint?
It's paint flaking off from the, tin panels
Okay.
on the floor. It
Seems to
looks
be
like
right
they've gotten
open.
wet to me, but I'll have to stop and see.
It's in the-
What's email out of salt mean?
Oh, she's in that email that's attached to that, we were out of salt in that building,
You know Woody normally
Like a
supplies
water
that
softener
salt,
or
right?
something?
yeah,
Oh,
we've already picked it up,
You know Woody normally puts that in there, right?
no, he does not,
He doesn't?
she does and I do.
And we just use it from there.
Yeah, the
The-
last time we filled it was in November of 2023, bought 10 bags,
The highway department supplies the salt for the winter
exterior,
maintenance,
yeah,
but this is water filter salt.
yeah,
Softer.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking.
Softener.
I was talking the salt that they sprinkle
Yeah,
on the
no,
oh,
water.
yeah, no.
No, he reaches out to
Okay.
the highway
No, this is
department.
the water softness salt.
Yeah,
But
I
the
knew you
good
were.
thing is 10 bags lasted over a year. It was October of 23, and here it is, you know, July of 25, and we're just
Okay.
getting to the bottom of that 10 bag order, so.
We'll let the town administrator take care of the
we
salt
already took
bags.
care of it. All set.
I will stop by and take a look at that ceiling, only for the simple fact that, there looks like a little water damage in there causing that paint to flake off, and I wanna check that out. Okay? So I'll meet with Mary on that, give Dana a break on this one item.
thanks. Bathrooms are not my specialty.
I actually brought this in tonight too, somebody else beat me to it.
Let's
E&H Power postcard advertising special rates in the Dunbarton. And, Dana, I wanted to have you follow up on this to
No,
see.
in fact, Dana,
Actually, I
sorry,
already
Dana.
did.
I wanna say thank you, Dana, because on public, Facebook, you made a great comment warning people about how this could be deceiving.
yes,
And, so, my better half pointed it out to me,
really,
and, so it was good information you put out.
yeah, we were
All
right
right, why
on,
don't
we were
you
right on that, also.
Speak to public about it right
Yeah,
now.
Lean was right on it too, so essentially what, we believe, across the town, that most, if not all residents have received a postcard indicating urgent news, saying that there are, you can get lower rates than what the electric rates than what the utilities of Unitil or Eversource are offering. And if you look into the details, we are not associated with this E&H Power at all. It's not Dunbarton Community Power. And when you go online, they're only offering this special rate, which is 9.29 cents per kilowatt hour for a 3-month period. If you were to sign up for the 3-month period, they are free to change your rate to anything that they want at the end of the 3-month period. And it could be as high as 20 cents, could be 25 cents.
But you just have to change back, right?
30 cents, yes, but if you change back, it takes a month for you to switch back to you, let's say utility power. And my comment on the community page for the Dunbarton Community Facebook page was, you could lose all the savings that you got in this 3-month period with just 1 month of them raising your rates, when you didn't know what they were raising their rates to. I'm just making the public know you
You have to
should
be
look
very
at,
proactive on getting back and then cutting it off and turning it off.
if you choose to do this. And I did let the residents know, this is only a 3-month promotion, only for 3 months, which would be August, September, and October, which are generally low electricity usage months also, which these folks know about that. So I just say, do your homework, be aware, be prepared, that signing up for this is not quite as,
And I heard
potentially not as lucrative as it might appear.
there's another company out there doing that lower rate than that even.
Is there?
For 3 months,
Oh, okay,
same 3 months, so you have to be, like Dan said, you have to be very careful if they don't allow you in the second month to say at the end of this 3rd month that I wanna change, that you could be bumped up for that 1 month period of time, so.
that is correct. Lean also had noticed it almost the same time that I did, the morning that this was sent out, so, kudos to Lean for also noticing it. She contacted the, company that we are,
Working
is
with.
acting as our agent for Dunbarton Community Power, just to get their feedback on it. Do you plan on doing any posting on the, town page?
I still think it's important, people do look at that town website.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we should at least do it on our energy committee one.
So, yeah, I mean, on the energy committee part of the town page, yeah, I have posted it on, as the energy committee on the Facebook page, but that's not an official
Right, but the
town.
thing is, we could actually put on that
Page.
page, your comments were just, they were not derogatory towards this company, it was
Not
just,
at all.
it was called buyer beware.
That's correct.
And I would just cut and paste and put it on our webpage too.
We could put it there, so I'll take that action to
Okay.
work with Lean to do that.
But it was, very timely information, thank you.
Yeah. So,
Because one of our things with the Dunbarton Community Power, at least I wanna insist on is a longer period of time. I don't want any 3-month or 6-month deals, I just don't think it benefits any of us to do that, there's too much changing around.
yeah, I mean,
At least it is easier with Dunbarton Community Power to go on and off.
Dunbarton Community Power is easier, very easy to get on and off, no termination fees. These companies can have termination fees, so you could be paying $100 termination fee for going into this for 3 months. They actually do have a termination fee if you selected them for their 12-month period, so I did look that up. They're offering 11.99 cents for a 12-month contract with a $100 termination fee. So they're actually offering a higher rate than the utilities for 12 months with a termination fee. I would not recommend anybody do that, but, this is a tricky area. When we get to Dunbarton Community Power, it will be, we'll be acting on behalf of the town residents and hopefully produce,
Good
great,
product.
yeah, a good product and good rates without any termination or surprises or anything like that, so.
Okay, the next thing on the mailbox, we get an email from Chief Remillard, the police chief, recognizing Officer Tompkins, who recently obtained a new equipment through a DOS grant application, 2 portable breathing tests valued at about $2,000.
I made a comment that to the chief that he has a competition now, being no longer the grant master. He says, I'm teaching him well.
You wanna sign that one, Mike?
So, kudos to the PD for always pursuing grants.
I guess that I'm gonna have to take you to a different department to get breathalyzer done now. I have one right here in town.
Be
Okay.
careful.
Item E on the mailbox, notice hearing was scheduled for Wednesday, August 6th at 1 PM. The plaintiff has acknowledged, receipt of this notice, they were also sent certified mail for regular mail. Public hearing, is that what that's supposed to
Yes,
say?
that's the, it's the,
Tow hearing?
tow
was
hearing with the
referred
police
to?
chief.
Okay,
That's
tow
gonna be-
is in like vehicle tow,
Yes,
not I hurt my toe,
yes, correct, thank you.
okay? Mike, you wanna sign that?
And I will be in attendance.
Thank you, Mike, appreciate that. Okay, there's also a notice here of a joint meeting for the CRSW and RRC co-op annual budget. I think Woody was notified of this, is that correct?
Yes,
See where he resides over that. The sale of our products. There's an email here, I haven't read this one yet, but I will, from Chief Scoglin,
yeah,
requesting funds from the building and maintenance funds, to build a storage unit which will allow the fire department to store all supplies in the same location. And, what size was that gonna be? Total request looks like 3,600. Can I ask that we,
There's a continuation to the,
oh,
currently they
Oh,
are
I'm
being
sorry.
stored in 4 different filing cabinets, resulting in expired equipment, material not to exceed $3,600. All labor would be completed by himself and the department employees.
I'm gonna ask that we just delay one meeting on this, and the reason why is I heard some scuttle that we have 5 storage sheds, 2 of which I provided material for at Dunbarton Elementary.
no, you can't put EMS,
That's what they're asking for, right?
no, they're looking for,
They're gonna build a shed, material
no, they're
outside.
going to build a wall filing cabinet that will house all of the emergency management
Oh, okay.
supplies.
Internal and inside.
All where he showed us on the wall and
Yes,
everyone, oh, I'm
yes,
good with
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna build a shed, we have 5
No,
sheds and all
no.
there is junk in them.
no, this is something
I
to
was gonna say, get one of their sheds
get
and
rid
move
of
it
3 and
over.
build 1 so that they can, keep inventory, make sure things get rotated, they don't expire. These are things that we need for our ambulance and for the.
Oh, he
fire.
showed me during the, chicken barbecue where he wanted to do that.
So this must be a pretty elaborate storage system
think
for
it is.
Well,
$3,600
look at
of material.
the material,
If you, look at the pictures here,
well, actually, it's listed on that email, Dave.
I think it has to be lockable too.
Yeah, and he's very organized, he likes to make sure that what is currently in one of the bigger cabinets is everything's just laying down all haphazardly without being able to really see what is in there.
And there's electrical associated with this too, it looks
Yeah.
like? Is that for like lighting inside the cabinets maybe?
Or recharging.
Yeah, there's gotta be something.
Wire, box, switch, light, and labor. So it's not much, $350
It
total.
looks like lights and probably like
Probably.
Mike said something to charge up batteries maybe or something.
Okay.
Receptacle in there.
Yeah. Okay. Now
Most of it's materials.
yeah, now I get to see that. So they were talking 12 sheets of plywood, and so it's substantial. It's not just a
Wall cabinet.
Uh,
a 3-foot wide storage cabinet.
Yeah, he did show me during the chicken barbecue, I forgot about that, I thought they were gonna build a shed out there. As especially where there's no labor to this, I'm good with using it out of the maintenance money.
I
for-
mean,
And when he says labor would be completely by himself,
They're gonna use the
that's-
volunteers over there on
that's
call, I
him,
think.
yeah, okay.
They've been painting and cleaning, the place is looking great.
So it's coming out of our maintenance fund, I have no issue with that.
Yeah, no issue.
You wanna make the motion yourself?
I'll make a motion to approve the expense of $3,600 out of our maintenance line for the, for construction and building of, materials for the storage cabinets for the fire department.
I'll second Mike's motion, any discussion further? All in
You wanna just
favor?
initial that,
Yep.
Mike,
Aye.
since it's a motion.
It passes.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Okay. I think H is a, similar request we already spoke about tonight,
Earlier, yep.
Yeah, we
but
did.
it's, for Donna White, request of the planning chair and zoning chair to meet with the board in reference to her replacement. So
I've already
those are all
reached out to
done.
them and they confirmed that they will be available August 7th.
August 7th?
Yeah.
Let me, give this to Mike to sign, then to Dana. I'm trying to bring back all the papers they gave me so we can save them. I don't want to paper clip it all together.
Your mailbox is pretty full in there too.
I know, I get that stuff once a year. Was there any checks in there?
Checks.
In the mailbox? They're past 90 days, so they're bad
In
now.
fact, Dave, you owe us a check now.
I didn't, oh, that's right. Jeez, I came in here, it cost me money. I gotta go see if this boat's gonna hold up.
You just scribble across the tape, and like, just
David,
across it.
flex seal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, to open the public comment.
You know, I just have one comment, cause I saw the sign thing, and I'm not a big fan of signs, but I do notice going through, if, somebody could reinforce that people that are putting out signs kinda maintain them, cause you got signs that are out there for months at a time that you can barely read, that are falling in together or whatever, you know, they,
Can we put that note down, maintenance of
it
signs?
looks like, you know, it doesn't look good, and,
Send the new guy over.
so, you know, just one of the things that come up, cause I go by a bunch of them, and like it's, I don't know if you can read all the big signs, but,
Yeah,
you know, you just can't make them out after a while, and they're just out there and.
Do you see
really-
this more with temporary signs versus permanent signs, or both?
Well, these are temporary signs that are set up almost permanently,
Okay.
and that's what I'm getting at. They should have some kind of maintenance where at least you stretch the sign out so people can read what little words are left on it. You know,
yeah. I think like Lean said, it is a little hard for enforcement of that too, but
and some of those are on town property, so.
you're talking to the right guy, he's gonna be working on it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have the best sign ordinance in the state.
Uh,
Remember, sometimes shorter is better. Do you have anything else, Bob?
No, that's the only thing.
On town property, Bob, just, if there's any sign you see on town property, just bring it, just share with the board, because, we love picking up signs on town property that don't belong there, when that didn't receive approval.
Yeah.
Well, they may have been approved,
Okay.
and that's my point is, but they've never been maintained.
See, if they, when they come back and ask for permission again for town property, we can always say no the second time.
Okay, that being said, road agent doesn't have anything further?
Does that include road signs?
No.
Okay.
Do
You're
you have
exempt.
any fading road signs out there?
I saw one tonight, corner signs that were
Really?
fading,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
What
There
are the
was.
stop signs?
Corner sign?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of stop signs, could you remove one for me and make it a yield?
Lean, do you have anything further for the board?
I still
To keep
have a
people
lot
honest.
pending projects from the board that I'm working on, and hopefully I'll have those ready for you for your next meeting.
Okay. Do you have anything further, Dana?
I have nothing.
Going back to the board, Mike?
I still want a yield sign.
Alright. The last thing I have is, I'd like to review a couple of things. The first thing, out of our maintenance money, we just spent 3,600, we got just 26,600. The next big thing I'd like to address, and Lean's gonna work on it with, getting a second bid for the, I've already described about getting a second bid for the heating and air conditioning,
No,
for the second floor.
second floor.
Just a partial. And then I'd like to look at painting for any balance we had left over. Rot repair and or painting two sides of the transfer station, recycling building. And at least two sides of Jeff's building, and then maybe next year doing the opposite two sides. So, either we pick one whole building and do it this year with the balance of the money, and or we do two sides that show on each of the buildings.
Recommend we don't wait on bids, because, it may be tough to get people to come in and paint at this late in the year.
What do we don't wait on?
In other words, let's get some bids, start.
Well, we do have, rot repair, if you can reach out, cause Woody did have 2 weeks ago, our,
Greg Miller?
Greg Miller
Yeah.
went out and looked at the rot repair on that building, so before it's painted, he can start that. Did you have some rot repair too?
Some minor stuff, I think, that might need to be addressed.
Maybe, why don't we have, Greg go out with Jeff to his building and look at that? And then we'll get a couple of bids in for
Yeah.
painting.
Because I'd rather get them early.
One of the things we do have going on, that salt shed was, the texture 111 was the siding, it's starting to like peel up, you know how that does that.
Yeah,
When it's exposed to the weather, it kinda like pulls through the nails. I don't know if a big washer could be,
maybe some,
somebody that knows.
maybe some GRKs with the bigger heads. would work.
Yes, maybe, some.
Wanna have Greg Miller look at that too
Yeah,
when
he,
he's out
yeah,
there?
he maybe could come up with a recommendation.
So I know that one company that gave us good pricing, actually, when Bob was here, that we didn't use because we wanted to use a more local vendor, CertaPro.
Serve Pro?
No,
CertaPro.
Certa.
Pro?
They gave us a good price last time, we didn't use them because we wanted to use a more local guy. It was on our town hall, we wanted to make sure it was done really good for us.
I've had good experience with Servpro at my house, the local Servpro
Yeah.
franchise out of Concord.
And Lean, you have a couple others we had give us bids in the past, can you look
Yeah.
them up? And, if you had to look at each of those buildings and do the two most frequently seen sides this year and two for next year, and get an entire bid on the building. So if you do one building all this year, I'm thinking it's probably a savings in doing two sides and two sides,
What,
because you're not moving everything. So we'll look at that and see what's the best way to go.
okay. But the thing is, wouldn't you rather just get one building done and then the next following you do the next
Well,
building?
we'll discuss that, but right now,
Okay,
the buildings look pretty rough on some
You
sides.
wanna inform the
in
select
other words,
where you're
it's
at
not,
for the-
requires immediate attention.
Yeah, I think like, the front of that building down there at the transfer,
I've
is
asked-
pretty shabby.
Before we adjourn, I've asked, John just, completed a Old Home Day meeting. Their Old Home Day is
We just adjourned while you was talking to John.
in a couple of weeks, so I don't,
It's in a few weeks, but yeah.
I mean,
Go
they can
ahead.
come back on the 7th, but,
No, go ahead, if you're here tonight, and you wanna give us an update, we're ready for you.
yeah, I think it's important.
It's a very simple update.
Oh, perfect, that's what we like.
Yeah, the only other thing that was mentioned was, utilization of the restrooms over there, just for people to change clothes, the acts and whatnot, and, clean up and all that kind of stuff. But no access to the elevators or upstairs or any of that.
So how are we gonna control that use? Cause in the past, we hadn't used those rooms, right?
Correct, we get porta potties out there.
So,
Well,
What I recommend, you could make a privacy tent if you had to.
we don't have any changing tables or anything in that bathroom, so it's not gonna help to try and change kids in there.
but it's a place where they can stand and not be in the public naked, you know,
You're talking about adults changing outfits,
yeah.
or are you talking
No.
about changing of babies?
A baby.
No, what is
I
it?
think he says adults,
Adults.
Adults.
like
yes.
costumes or,
Yeah,
What kind of costumes, we have an old home day, they don't?
Oh, it's because they just got different accents.
Revolutionary, Minutemen.
What have they done in the past, John? 'Cause it hasn't been open to that. The problem is if you leave the building open, everybody's going in there, John. Nobody's gonna stand by that door all day and say, hey, you can go in or you can't go in.
Yeah.
So that's our whole
Is
issue.
the bathroom in the foyer?
Yes.
Yes,
Can you lock the library?
the library always is
Separate,
closed.
yeah.
She's always
Okay.
closed on Old Home Day.
She is,
The-
okay.
What we're worried about is, if they clog up that toilet system, this building's no good, everybody's down for the week, and we've had that happen in the past.
This building's been open, and the thing is, Lean has come in the following day, the Monday, the toilets don't work, they're broken. They've actually broken toilets here.
The hand out there.
Really?
So
Okay.
we've always just paid for the additional porta potties, we haven't.
We are going to be meeting
Handicap one.
again next week, so I will give them that feedback, actually, I'll pop them an email.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, a change in tent might be appropriate too.
you know, one with the sides on it,
Yeah. Okay,
just to not open up a can of worms that we've had,
For the public, can you just remind, us what the date of the Old Home Days is?
August 16th.
So August 16th, and this is John Stevens talking, and you're the chair,
No,
just a member of the Old Home Day.
on the secretary.
Are you still looking to get the selectmen to scoop ice cream?
Oh, of course.
Just
I
reminding,
think Dana should be right on the line.
just reminding you.
You're
You
on.
said you were here early August, I got you on record.
Yeah, I am here until like the 20th, so.
Oh, man, perfect timing. Got an extra strong arm.
I've had my
And-
granddaughter scoop for me.
Single
before.
scoop or double?
Single scooper.
And we are gonna be meeting again next week,
Okay.
okay?
Run that by him, John, and then come back to us if you have any more questions, but I think that,
Cause there'll be one more meeting before the
Yeah,
Old Home Day.
and Len will probably be in here.
the problem is if we open it up, it'll be people, and you can say not to go upstairs, but they'll be going all through.
Totally agree. Thank you, John.
Thanks. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 8:08.
I'll second that.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Non-debatable.
Hey!
Non-debatable. And I learned that from Bob.
Oh, okay.